Good morning and welcome to Channel 1 News. I'm Grace.
I'm Allie.
I'm McKenna.
I'm Anna.
And we're your local news reporters. First, Anna has an interesting story on the monster study.
The monster study was conducted in 1939. The test subjects were 22 orphan children from Davenport, Iowa. The purpose of the test was to see how negative speech therapy affects children. Children who received negative therapy suffered negative psychological effects and retained speech problems. It was unethical because the participants were children and had no say in the experiment.
Millions of animals suffer and die needlessly every year in the U.S. as they become test subjects for medical testing. One example of this is the Silver Spring monkey experiment conducted in 1981. There were 17 monkeys living in tiny wired cages that were not clean or safe. The monkeys were subjected to unethical surgeries that made one or more of their limbs useless. Through the use of electric shocks, starvation, and other methods, the monkeys were forced to try to regain the use of their impaired limbs. This study was unethical because it involved animal abuse and psychological and physical harm. Now we have McKenna with ethical and unethical studies.
And I'm going to be talking to you about ethical and unethical studies. Unethical means it's not right, you don't have permission from the government to do a study, or that you don't tell the people what they're getting into. And ethical means when you have permission from the government and it's right. The qualities of an ethical study are test subjects or volunteers. Test subjects are informed of all parts of the experiment. Test subjects can opt out of an experiment at any time. Test subjects are aware of the risks that could come with doing the experiment. Now with Grace.
Breaking news, a rat just died due to a brain study. The brain study is for people who have a lower than average IQ. Charlie Gordon was a test subject in the study. The study was ethical because Charlie volunteered for it. However, the rat Algernon had the same experiment done on him, and it failed later on. It is important to have ethics in the study because if Charlie had been forced to the experiment, it would have been unethical.
Thanks for watching Channel 1 News.
And